So you didn't get shortlisted for that job interview. Your proposal was not considered. Could it be because your submission was riddled with spelling mistakes? You don't know, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you one less thing to worry about as I share corrections to 15 commonly misspelt words which could deprive you of opportunities or worse still, embarrass you publicly. Speaking about that word, how do you spell embarrass? Well, let's dig in. The thing about spelling mistakes is such things as your gait, your charisma, your personality, your physical assets, if you like, are absent. So the only thing or the things that represent you are your words. So why not make them great? While some of those things are permissible on social media, in more formal arrangements, there's not much room for errors. So in this video, the intention is to reduce the number of times we make spelling mistakes. It happens to the best of us, believe me. But let's bring down the number. Okay, let's do this. The first commonly misspelt word on my list is privilege. This word is often spelled with the letter D in it. And sometimes it's difficult to blame anyone when you have words like fridge, you have words like knowledge. Why not privilege? But English and its idiosyncrasies can be out of this world. So we're not going into the reason why. Bottom line, privilege has no D in it. Two words that are often usually mixed up are L-O-O-S-E and L-O-S-E. So if you're saying you lost something, for example, you misplaced something, in that case, it's one O. So you have L-O-S-E. Okay? But if you're saying you want to make something freer, then you're going loose with double O. Two O's, not one. Okay? So when you're saying, I don't want to lose you, it's one O. In the pronunciation, lose with double O ends with an S. It's loose, loose, loosen. While to misplace something has a Z to end it. So you have lose. Okay? So I don't want to lose you. No, I don't want to lose you guys. Stay with me, stay with me. Okay, how about this word and this word? Two words that are sometimes often mixed up in terms of usage, the context. Okay, so while you have launch to mean to initiate something, the grand opening of something, you have it as L-A-U-N-C-H. Lunch, on the other hand, is your meal. Right? But most times you hear people say, oh, I'm going to launch a new channel, or I'm going to launch my beauty studio, and they're spelling it with lunch, like the food. So just to clear that out, if you're launching something, include an A there. If you're creating something, if something new is starting up for you, use an A. And if you're talking about a meal, then please keep the A away. Okay? So that takes us to the next word, which in this case is separate. So you see, for this word, whether you're using it as an adjective or you're using it as a verb, it is spelled with an A after the P. So that's where the mix-up usually comes from. You have people spelling S-E-P-E before the R-A-T-E. So rather than go that route, please do A-R-A-T-E. An easy way to remember it would be, say, a rat. So after the P, you have a rat. Ew. Really? If it will help you remember, why not? So S-E-P-A-R-A-T-E for separate or separate. Okay? So let's keep it that way. Once upon a time, I was making that mistake, but you don't have to keep making it. So that's why we're doing this. Are we together? Great. If you've enjoyed this video thus far, give it a thumbs up. So it's interesting because the next word is pronounce, but not pronounce, now we have pronunciation. So sometimes you find that people just carry the pronounce, which they just said, into pronunciation. So you hear pronounce, then you have pronunciation. Like I said, we're not about to find out why English is the way it is. It is the way it is. So ours is to take the extra effort to ensure that we have clean writings, clean speaking, and Yeah, don't forget to check out the video I did on 11 commonly mispronounced words. Okay, so you have pronounce, you have pronounced, but you don't have pronunciation. You have pronunciation. It loses an O, so it's no longer noun, it's noun, like in the church, the nun. Okay, so pronunciation and not pronunciation. These are only 15 out of a lot of words that are often wrongly spelt. All right, so that takes us to a lot. I see people write thanks a and lot together. So the a and the lot are separate. Okay, there are two different entities. A lot, thanks a lot, not thanks a lot together. If you do that, you're just saying thanks a lot. Is that how you want to sound? Thanks a lot. So by the time you put another L there, that's you are allotting something, you are portioning something. Okay, so it is thanks a lot. Dude, I want a lot of XYZ. You don't want a lot. Okay, so that's it for that word. So let's find out what we have at number 7. And that word is miscellaneous. This is another word that is often misspelled. So the word is miscellaneous and spelled miscellaneous. Anything outside of this is wrong. Okay, all shades of wrong. And will do you no good when it comes to representing you. So we want to keep it clean, we want to keep it professional, and so we would make it miscellaneous. And halfway at number 8 is this word. Embarrass. Embarrass is spelled with double R and double S. So you have 2 R's and you have 2 S's.
Okay, is that even a thing?
You know what I mean? So anything outside EMBARRASS is not embarrassed, and it will totally embarrass you if you spell anything otherwise. Okay? Are we together? Nice. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for, like, guys? Really, it's free. Honestly, I'm not even lying. I'm not even joking. I promise it is free. Just subscribe and hit the notification bell. Okay? Thank you. Let's take it to number 9. Corona. Don't even bother me. How did you even get past the Nigerian border? Please leave, because my daughter is a boarder and she needs to get back to school, and I need to get back to my life. But I'm loving you guys here anyway, so if you're here, this is for you. Okay, so the next word are these 3 words that you just saw. A lot of times you find it being used but while being pronounced as well as while spelled. So I just made it clear. If you're talking about a border, like a boundary, it's BORDER, okay? And if you're saying don't bother me, then it's BOTHER. But you see, the one, I think the 2 that are almost always misused or misspelled are regarding the boundary, and then the fact that a child is a boarder living somewhere in a hostel. So you have BOARDER. A lot of times people leave the A where there's no business with the A, or include the A or take out the A in scenarios where you should actually have it present. So now it's clear. If we're talking about the boundary, you have BORDER, okay? And if you're talking about living in a hostel or coming on board, so think of it, get on board. I'm on board flight XYZ. So BOARDER for border, and BORDER for border for your territory. Okay, let's take it to the next one, shall we? Maintenance is another word that is often misspelled, and I believe it comes from the fact that you already have maintain. So if I'm saying maintain, it just makes sense that I should just say after the N, I should just go ANCE, but no, very wrong. Okay, so if it's maintain, then you're fine, you have the AIN there. But after maintain and you're going to maintenance, it loses the A and the I. Yes, all of it's gone. You have instead MAINTENANCE. Okay, maintenance. Same logic applies to sustain and sustenance. All right, we got that? Let's go to the next one swiftly. Another word that suffers a loss when expanded is true. So when you have, if you go from true to truly, you lose the E. Sometimes you find that we have truely spelled by misspelt. So that's wrong, okay? So if you ever have to spell truly, truly, I say to you, or truly, I'm not even gonna lie, I did this video for you guys out there. So it's gonna be truly, you lose the E. We got that? Okay, so let's take it to tomorrow. And please don't subscribe tomorrow. You'll be shocked to find out that you haven't actually subscribed, even though you're looking at me right now and you're saying, of course I have. Or you're looking at me wondering, why should I subscribe? I'm gonna tell you why. Because every Wednesday, I'm gonna bring you value. And when I say it, you probably don't even know you need it until I give it to you. So relax. So subscribe now. I'm gonna wait for you to subscribe. Done? Nice. Let's take it to the next word, shall we? Tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. Okay, believe me when I tell you that what I just did wasn't my idea. Okay, I was supposed to sing something from Annie. But this is how it ended. But that's because tomorrow as a word is often misspelled. Yes, so does it come with one M or two M's? One R or two R's? So that's the question. But tomorrow, of course, comes with one M and two R's. So you have TOMORROW. That's how you spell tomorrow. Are there other words you struggle with? Guys, tell me, are there other words you struggle with? Put them in the comment section. Let's learn together. Taking us to number 13. So you see this next word, it suffers double jeopardy almost all the time because it doesn't only get misspelled, it's almost always also wrongly pronounced. Yeah? So that word is, drum rolls, liaise. Yes. So liaise with my personal assistant, liaise with my staff. So it's liaise, not liaise. That same way, it's not liaison. It's not liaison, it's liaison. Yeah? So it's liaise, Liaison for liaise. Oh, for liaison. Then for liaise, we have Liais and E for liaise. So let's make it great. Nice. Something tells me that the last word on my list is a word that most politicians struggle with. And you'll see why. No, I'm not exaggerating. No, I'm not exaggerating. Okay, speaking of exaggerate, another word that is commonly misspelled. Okay, so you have it as EX, not double X. So you have EXA, double G, and that's the only time double anything occurs in that word. So you have double GERATE for exaggerate. Okay, so that's it. And you can't wait to hear that 15th word, right? Hold on. Don't forget to check out my other video on 11 commonly mispronounced words, as well as how to use phonetic alphabets. I have the link down in the description below, and I'll still leave something for you at the end of this one. And now you're wondering why I'm still speaking. You want to know number 15, right? Let's go there. Dear politicians, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying you're the only ones that make this mistake, but when you have champagne on the one hand and you have campaign on the other hand, there's that tendency to mix words up here and there. And what do I mean? Champagne is spelled, ends with G-N-E, whereas campaign is spelled C-A-M-P-A-I-G-N. So you find that they take the end of their campaign and drop it into champagne when they're celebrating victory. So we're not going to get it mixed up going forward, okay? But like I keep saying, guys, the truth is it could happen to anyone. And it's the reason you have the dictionary, you have the internet to assist you. But guess what? Even your phone sometimes that helps you, like to autocorrect, that autocorrects for you sometimes, can start believing your lie. Like if you start writing a particular thing over and over, your phone will record it in a memory and it becomes your own truth. Your truth lie, your lie truth, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's take the extra effort. If you're not sure about a word, especially when it's going to somewhere serious, take time, go through it. It's the only thing that it's probably the only thing that will represent you at that point. You want to make a great impression every time. Okay, so I'm going to throw in this bonus one. A lot of times I hear people say things like, the duration is between 5 to 6, between 5 to 7. When you use the word between, what comes after is and, not to. So between this and this, not between this to this. That is my bonus tip for you. So that's about it from me. If you missed my previous videos, find them here and here. And if you haven't subscribed, do that here. Okay? Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.